This podcast contains mature language. Listener discretion is advised.
Previously on the Lost Mine of Phandelver. Our heroes, Val, Grenton, Kismet, and their ally Sildor Hallwinter finally arrived at the gates of Phandelver. Accosted at the gates by a group of thugs demanding payment for entrance to the town, Grenton and Kismet launched an immediate assault on them, but the thugs fought back viciously, taking Grenton and Kismet down. From his hidden position, Val rescued his brother and friend in the midst of the onslaught, and in his anger, called down the wrath of his goddess, Timora, annihilating the thug's leader. Finishing them off, they entered the town proper, unsure of what danger lay ahead. House of Crit presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure podcast. Chapter 6. Through the gates.
And who are you then?
Kismet. Take care. Oh, do my best. So I stop the cart, jump off. Like, good morning. I am Kismet. These are my friends. And we're looking for possibly the owner or a manager of this establishment.
Oh, that'd be me? What can I do you for?
It's actually what we can do for you, believe it or not. If you want to come over to the side of the cart, we found something, that I believe belongs to you.
That may be the case, but I'll keep my distance if you're not minding it.
If you'd like, I can bring it to you.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
So I'll grab one for now. She doesn't know how many we have. And also, where you parked it, kind of again, like I said, let's bring it up near the place, but not all the way to it. So she can't really see the back end of the cart, I guess, or the full cart, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want her also to know all of the other things we might have. We don't know her.
Well, you guys do have, the cart's
Big
heavily
cart.
loaded with provision crates and barrels and stuff like
Exactly.
I help you pull one box out.
Okay. Yeah, let's do
that.
that.
So you pull out one crate?
We carry one crate up to the step, I guess. We'll stop right before just to not, make her weary or scare her away, even though I am.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of gestures about 10 feet away from her.
Yeah.
To set
I
it down.
show the side of the crate that has her logo.
Okay. And where you be finding that now?
Not the greatest place.
Found in a hole.
In a hole.
More like a cave, heavily guarded.
Hole.
Yeah. It wasn't
Right.
the easiest to obtain.
Right. That's my shipment from a couple of months ago. What you be wanting for it?
Well, let's find out. Is this something that is your belongings? And you said it's a shipment you've been missing?
It's mine.
Okay, fantastic. So, what type of payment would you like for this crate?
She's kind of eyeing it over, looking to see if it's been damaged or opened or anything. She goes, if you'd be so kind, take a few steps back for me.
Okay.
All right. You guys back up?
Step back a little bit.
Okay.
Still
Leave the crate.
Set it down.
I moved like 10 feet back.
Okay. And you see her just kind of, again, eyeing all around it. She kind of nudges it with her foot, and you can hear the metal rattle around inside.
Yeah.
She goes, did you find the others?
Possibly.
It's a yes or no question, my friend.
We found a couple others.
Yeah.
Like, total of how many?
Total of 3.
3 total.
as soon as you say that, you just see, that's some good news. We haven't had much about good news here lately. You see, the crossbow was drawn and ready, and she disengages it and slides the bolt out. You see this very small hip quiver, kind of half under armor. She slides the bolt into it and slings the crossbow over her back. She goes, this will keep me in business. And she's just deep breathing. This is palpable relief coming off for you. Between the red brands and everything else, I didn't know how much longer I'd be able to stay in business here, and this'll do it. Please, I am happy, very happy to pay you 50 gold, if you'd be so kind as to bring them inside for me.
That'll be enough, I think. Right, Kismet? I mean,
No, absolutely.
do you mind if we ask you a few more questions too, and like exchange of information?
Maybe inside.
I'd be happy to if we could get off the street.
Certainly, I pick up the crate, and I tell her, apologize for the vagaries. We didn't get the most welcome party approaching this town, so.
I heard a scream. Was that?
That was probably me.
I think it might have been somebody else.
You
running
seem to
back.
be doing better.
Let's move the cart in front of the shop so we can keep an eye out through the windows. But
Do you want to wait here, Val, in the cart while Kismet and I bring in the goods?
yeah, you don't mind, man. Like,
Silder goes, I can stay with the cart. I'll keep
Okay.
an eye out.
Perfect.
okay.
So I grab one of the crates and I
Okay.
start carrying it behind her.
And she...
We each grab one together.
Okay. So you guys just start firemanning them in.
Mhm.
She walks over, she opens it, she holds the door open for you guys. And
Thank you.
Inside, yeah, thank you. Inside, you tell this is a weapons, armor and weapons shop. There are racks where weapons would normally be displayed, but the shelves are pretty bare. I mean, there's still a few sets of armaments about. There's one set of what looks like scale mail on kind of a display mannequin off to the side. But it looks more or less cleared out, but capable of holding a significant amount of weaponry in here.
Okay.
And you guys just bring the crates in. She just kind of gestures right into the middle of the room. And you guys just stack them up.
Yep.
Yep. Just set them down
Just tell me where.
where she wants them.
Yeah, she goes, oh, no, right there in the middle. That's perfect. That's perfect. And she goes over to this small counter that's kind of off to the side. You hear a latch click open, a little metallic twinkling sound that you're very familiar with, Val. And she comes up with a small purse that she hands to you, Grenton.
Okay.
And it feels pretty weighty with coin. She goes, it's 50 gold in there. And I mean, of course, anything I know, I'm happy to tell you, gentlemen. But first, who might you be?
I'm Grenton.
I'm Val.
And as I said before, I am Kismet.
Oh, well met. I'm Linen Grayman.
And that gentleman outside is Silver.
Silver. All right. He
Nice to meet you.
well, he looks like he could use a meal.
I also I open the bag just to kind of, obviously I feel that it is, but I kind of just glance over it quickly.
Can I assess by the noise?
Do
Like
I
everything's okay? Like that's the right amount of money?
do I
Oh.
I trust by her just looking at her that I believe that it is 50? Because without obviously counting, I'm not going to do that in front of her.
You give me
I wouldn't have to.
You give me a perception check with advantage from all your time spent counting in the gambling house, and you give me an insight check.
16.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, and the total is
A lot. What is it? You said insight?
insight. yes.
21.
21.
And what did you want it from me?
Perception.
Now I roll a natural 20 to find out if there's I believe her or
19.
not.
19. That very much sounds like 50 gold.
Everything's good.
Okay.
She seems...
I just look at my brother and be like, yeah.
Sounds like
give him the A-OK. She seems relieved and very, very happy, but trying to maintain kind of a professional front. but her elation at these goods being recovered is coming through.
Can I take a look now through the windows just to keep an eye out, looking out while they talk to her?
You see Silder has got his feet kind of up on the brake board, sitting a little reclined, but constantly kind of keeping his head like on a swivel, slowly taking in, and every once in a while glancing behind him.
I want to do the opposite view that he's doing. So if he's looking that way, I want to like try to keep an eye out the other way.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Give me another perception check on that.
No, that's a 5.
5? Nothing. Empty streets. Empty streets. You glance as you're surveying around. You can see the sky starting to darken a little bit. It probably would rain later. But other than that, you see really nothing of interest.
All right, so we need to drop our cargo. It seems like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, I tie on the pouch of 50 gold.
Okay. And she says, "Well, what do you boys be wanting to know about?"
You mentioned something about red brands.
Yeah, the red brands. Yeah, they used to be the town militia until they decided to go private.
Can you describe, is there any distinguishing factors about them that we could maybe notice if we saw them?
Well, they all look a bit rough. They always wear a red piece of cloth.
And I say, like these, and I point over to Val.
And I take one out of my pouch a little bit.
Yeah, aye.
We're not them.
No, and then I keep pulling a few more.
Yeah, we met them.
You remember those screams you heard?
There might be some blood, a couple.
We're starting a collection.
She tries to suppress a grin and just fails at it.
If anyone who can deal with these red brands, that'd be great. The town's just been yeah. I mean, most decent folk have been run off by them. It's not been good.
You said they went private. Who are they working for now?
They've been working for somebody called the Glassstaff.
The glass stuff. Haven't we heard that before?
Yeah, we heard that from.
Yeah, your friend at the gates, Sir Talks a lot, mentioned paying tolls to the Glassstaff.
Sir Shitstocks. Shit talks about.
Do you know who the glass stuff is?
I have no idea.
Is there a mayor or anyone that oversees this town?
We used to have one, but I don't know if Harbin's run off or
Hobbins?
worse. Yeah, Harbin. He was the mayor up until I'd say about 2 months ago when the Red Brands, I guess, formally became the Red Brands.
And there's no town guards, anybody that's willing to stand up to these guys.
There's more of them than us, and you're more.
And she gestures around the shop. She goes,
More or less, you're looking at what are the rest of the weapons in town. This is a prospecting mining town. I mean, we weren't really set up to handle anything severe. We've been waiting on the Lord's Alliance to reinforce the town, and we did have a bit of a militia for a time, but they decided to take over.
Does she seem like she's being 100% with us?
"You can give me an insight check."
Alright, so. Insight. That is 18.
She seems completely forthright and honest. She doesn't seem to be holding anything back.
Okay. So let's work our way to the cart.
We can just ask her where the next place is, so it's easier to get there and quicker.
So I'm gonna thank you for your information. Thank you
Of course.
for being generous with the provisions that we found for you.
Oh no, thank you. You'll have saved my business. Anything that I have for sale, I'll be happy to sell to you at cost. And given what I'm guessing is the nature of your profession, I'll be happy to take anything off of your hands at a fair price.
So I look over at Val and I shake my head.
Yeah,
I would imagine they'd be grateful for the coin because it's, you're the first visitors into town in quite some time. It's also the only tap room in town if you fancy a drink, but that's really the only place. I mean, I'm sure there's maybe a hayloft somewhere that you could find to sleep in if you're feeling adventurous, but
I mean, let's what's the place that we need to drop this next cargo?
We're going to see Berethon's provisions.
Oh, Grenton, yeah, he's just a couple buildings over.
Okay.
He's a good man.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
No, have you ever heard of a place called Cragmar C with the letter C?
Oh my god,
Cragmar Sea?
I forgot about that.
I mean, I know the Cragmar tribe is they're the goblins that used to pester the town. They were the reason we formed the town guard in the first place. But
you can thank the tribe for
those wee bastards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you paid them in kind.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, then, very much. If you do find anything in your travels that you're looking to offload, let me know. I normally don't mind too much who I sell to, but I don't do any business with the red brands, so I'd be grateful to start to trade up and running again. And you three definitely seem like a good source.
So we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah.
But we don't want to spend too much time if it's gonna rain. Also, we want to drop this purchase. Do you mind if we come back later?
Well, not at all. I'm pretty much here from sun up to sundown.
Kismet, we should get going.
Yeah, I agree.
Sounds good. So we start heading out.
So you exit from the Lion Shield coster back out in the street. You see Silder just give you guys a nod as he keeps scanning the streets. And there's no one else about. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna ask him did you see any more of those assholes wearing the red sash?
No, I haven't seen anybody out.
I also look around too. I know he's been keeping an eye on things, but I just want to kind of.
Go ahead, give me a perception check.
19.
19. The streets are abandoned. You don't see anybody moving about. You glance back through the windows. You see Lynen's just unpacking all the gear that you guys brought and starting to put stuff away. You do notice, looking about, really kind of eyeing all of the buildings, that the town is ever so slightly starting to fall into disrepair. That it clearly was kind of an up-and-coming town, and just as of late, it's just started to kind of go to rot a little bit.
Like they ran out of money or something that they were trying to build and then stopped.
Yeah, and just the weathering is just starting to get to it. It's a couple months worth of neglect.
Oh wow.
Okay. So do you guys want to head over to the Barathons to drop off the wagon and the goods?
Yeah.
Okay. So you rustle the oxen, and you can see just a little bit further down the street, there's a large trading post that has a sign hanging above it that says Barathon's Provisions.
Found it.
And it's got it has the symbol painted just above the name plaque that's also on the side of your wagon.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's approach.
Okay. As you come to it, it has one kind of large window in the front, and you see all sorts of prospecting and adventuring gear. It's very much kind of a general store / trading post type of place. It's a little better stocked than the coster was, but you could also see that they, even from just looking through the window outside, they're starting to run low on things, it seems.
I think we're here now. Let's is there anybody in the front of the store?
Is there what? I'm sorry?
Is there anybody in the front of the store?
Nobody's out front, no. Looking through the window, you can see a older gentleman just milling about inside. You see him stop for a moment and just kind of straighten up a couple things on one of the shelves. He's just he seems to be assessing items.
I start walking Just started heading out.
Yeah, just jumped down off the cart and made my way to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you head inside.
Yes.
Yep. All right, you walk in, and you can now clearly see through the windows. Could use a little bit of a cleaning. You could see, but it's a lean, balding human man, roughly 50 years of age. He's got kind of a leather shop apron on. He's got gray work clothes. He turns around and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
Well, greetings, friend. We actually have come here with supplies from Grenton.
"Oh, excellent. How's Gundren?"
Ooh,
Not a clue.
yeah.
We have yet to meet up with him.
Yeah, last I saw him was when he charged us with bringing the goods, and we'd meet him somewhere.
"Oh, excellent. You have the shipment. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he I know he returned to Neverwinter a little bit ago, and haven't seen him.
Yeah, we haven't met up with him yet. Yeah.
He's probably out prospecting. Him and his brothers, they go out from time to time, and then they, come back into town after a couple of weeks."
When's the last time you saw their brothers?
"Oh," you see him just kind of do this weird thing where he kind of like rubs the side of his cheek, and he just kind of stares off for a minute. And he goes, "Oh, well, I haven't seen his brothers in about 2 months,
2 months.
maybe 3.
2 to 3 months.
I mean, that's not entirely unusual. I mean, I think the longest they went out was about 4. It was almost a little more than a season.
All right.
But they're prospectors, they'll set out for a good long while."
And you haven't seen Gundren since he set off for
Never.
Neverwinter?
No, it'll be about, I don't know, a week or 2 ago.
All right, well, yes, we do have your shipment.
Excellent, excellent. Just one moment. And he walks around. There's this long counter with various items on it, and the door that leads into the back. He opens up the door. He goes, "Andrew, Thistle, go and load our cart. Bring it around back." And you see these 2 the older boys / younger men, somewhere in their mid-teens, come out. One of them seems to be half elven, the other one human. Head out to the cart.
I look out to the window, through the window at Sildor on there, and I kind of give him a nod of they're going to be taking the cart so that he can.
Yeah, he kind of gives a nod. You see him say something to the boys, and then he hops off the cart and he hands the reins for the oxen over to the closest one. And you see him just walk over to the overhang in front of the shop and just kind of start keeping another eye out.
Okay. Well, so I'm sorry, I don't mean to be abrupt, but we haven't had too much luck on the road as we were approaching. What is your name? I'm sorry.
"Oh, my name is Elmer."
Elmer. I'm Val. This is my brother Grenton. As I point upward.
You see him just kind of look. He looks dead ahead, and he's really realizing he's looking right at your chest piece. His eyes just kind of going, "Oh, big fella."
And this is Kismet. As we've met him recently, but it's part of our group. Yes, it is.
Good to meet you, gentlemen. And as he's as you guys are doing the introductions, he's behind the counter, and you hear him the familiar sound of coin rustling. And he brings up these 3 small pouches, and he opens up one. He opens up the other, and he opens up the other. See him reach under. See him grab another coin and put it in.
Ooh.
Ties it up.
That sounded nice. As I tell myself.
"Here for gold, huh? Yeah, I have one too."
Huh.
He hands you 1 pouch. He hands you another pouch. Hands you another pouch. Each of you pop yours open, and there is the promised 10 gold.
10 gold. Yep.
I pull up the ledger, hand it to him. This should be everything that is in the cart.
"Oh, excellent." He takes the ledger from you and pulls out of one of his apron pockets this like little nub of a pencil. And you just kind of see him just do just some quick tick marks on it. And this is everything that we put the order in for, so yeah, everything should be all right. Anything I can do for you, John?
Yeah. Sorry, this town seems a little bit empty.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's because of those red brands.
Ah, yeah, we encountered a few on the way into town.
They give you any trouble?
Oh yeah.
And then I just pulled the red sash.
Just a little.
Like,
And you see, as you're pulling it up, he kind of reaches over, he takes your hand, he pushes it back. He says,
I understand your meaning. I don't need that kind of trouble here, though.
no trouble. Just letting you know that we dealt with
Oh,
some of those issues.
see him kind of like nervously glance out into the street.
I put it inside as I see him being
see.
all nervous.
not that I don't appreciate the effort, but yeah, they, I pay the fees to them, and they,
Fees?
Yeah, they go around once a week. They collect the gold each.
When was the last time they collected?
Does the cheek rub again, and he goes,
4 days ago.
Interesting. Do they have a hideout or kind of a place that they like to gather in town?
In the evenings, they've been going to the Stonehill Inn and getting drunk, but I don't ever remember them staying there. I couldn't tell you. I think they're holed somewhere in town.
What are they shaking you down for every week? How much?
They says to continue to fund the militia, but they haven't been a proper militia in some time.
And what's the
What's
amount?
the amount that they're shaking you down for?
A gold a week.
That's a lot compared to if you have no business here.
Yeah, every once in a while, one of the prospectors from the towns comes in to resupply, so we've been able to keep the doors open.
What happens if you can't pay, out of curiosity?
There was 1 week where we couldn't, and they took it in trade instead.
So they stole from you.
Trade. I mean, they didn't. Not like they broke in. I just gave them items worth about that much.
Well,
Have you heard of them roughing anybody up they couldn't pay? Or has it been all just taking...
They've
that
been
amount of
shaking
goods?
down. The only one that they don't mess with is Hollia Thornton. She runs the Phandelver Miners Exchange. She's a tough one. They leave her alone. But everyone else, pretty much everyone else pays.
and the mining exchange.
Yeah, she keeps track of all the claims on all the mines in the area. If you ever mind to go prospecting, you can check in with her.
Well, since it's so empty lately here, I'm guessing it's easy to spot new people coming through. Is that correct?
he looks up at Grenton and he goes,
Yeah, you guys are easy to spot.
What do you mean? So just look
Yeah.
at Grenton.
Well, your shiny friend there, he draws attention.
Yeah. Is there any visitors lately that not red brands that pass through?
No one visiting.
Passing through.
I haven't noticed anyone. No one stopped in, and well, I think the most recent was must have been Dagon. He's a prospector. I haven't seen him in a while.
Tagging and prospector. Okay.
What about we heard that the mayor's kind of gone AWOL as well.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, Harbin was always a kind of an idiot. He came here to be a prospector, and well, he wasn't any good at that, and then he decided to open up an inn, and he wasn't any good at that either. Then we needed somebody to try to handle organizing the town. This was about 2 years ago, and none of us wanted to deal with it. And Harbin said he would, and well, he didn't manage to screw that up.
Who's doing that now, though?
No one.
An empty position. You guys feel like being mayors?
No.
Yeah. With the Red Brands and the fellow they call Glassstaff running things, they don't really see them holding any elections anytime soon.
Glassstaff?
Yeah, it's apparently whoever the Red Brands answer to.
Do you know where he is?
I have no idea about this person. I've heard the name.
It's funny how everybody has heard about him, though.
Well,
I've never seen him.
they say they speak for him.
Any places we should avoid while we're in town?
Well, I mean, there's no places necessarily to avoid. There isn't really much here. There's some places outside of town I'm sure are pretty
But the
dangerous.
Rembrandts, they go to the inn or the tavern.
Yeah, they pop in there from time to time to get drunk. They usually sort of take over the place for an evening and then leave. Usually one or two's carrying one that can't hold their liquor.
I like a good drink. How about you, Kismet?
I do feel a bit parched.
I want to approach him a little bit closer, like away from my brother. It's like, any good games in the area? Make some coin maybe on the side playing.
Maybe if somebody's got some extra coin to spend in the tap room at the inn.
What's that, there, Val? What's that?
Huh?
What's going on?
I just wanted to know where I can rest more easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I figured the inn.
I mean, there's the Stonehill Inn. There's the Miners' Exchange. There's the Lineshoe Coster if you gentlemen need any additional armaments or
Yeah,
protection.
we just came from there.
Oh, you met Lynn.
Yeah, she was great.
Good. Yeah, she's feisty. I like her.
Do you know anywhere where I would be able to get exotic meat beef jerky?
Define exotic, friend.
Anything
beef is cow.
Anything non-humanoid?
Then it wouldn't be beef, would it? And who makes jerky out of humanoids?
As
Well,
we're both, I'm looking at Kismet like this, like.
Yeah, he's kind of like slowly backing away from you a little bit.
Just exotic animal jerky.
Like a griffith or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be delicious.
Well, thankfully we don't have any griffins in the area. That's
baby
not a...
seal.
That's you probably need to go much further north than that, friend.
Worth a shot, I suppose.
I mean, I've
Funny time.
been hunting a few times and I could have sworn I heard an owl bear, but I don't recommend going anywhere near that thing either.
And whereabouts was that?
It was north. Yeah, we were halfway between here and what's left of Thunder Tree.
I'm sorry, Thunder Tree?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's see. That's 18 plus 18.
18 plus 18.
18, that's a
No,
lot.
18 plus
36,
0.
That's great.
It's a solid 18.
Solid 18.
Thunder Tree is, you all have heard the name. You recall that Thunder Tree is, used to be actually a small town, due east, almost straight due east of Neverwinter. And you would guess is about 3-4 days north of Phandelver. It is very near Mount Hope now, which is the volcano that erupted about 50 years back, devastating the city of Neverwinter and utterly annihilating Thunder Tree. Had repercussions in the area. Neverwinter actually is only just now in the kind of last leg of repairing the damage from the fallout.
Wow, 50 years after. Okay. Well, how about you guys? I feel so tired. I think we should go to the inn.
I think as we start heading out, I kind of gather them together. I think we should maybe rest up a bit in the inn until it becomes night, and maybe we can catch some drunk off their game Redbrands at the tavern.
Or follow them.
Well,
And
it wouldn't.
follow
It
them.
might be a lot easier if they're drunk as well, so we can scoop them up and
Yeah,
make quick, easy of them.
let's go back and get some games. I mean, sleep.
What was that?
I need rest.
Oh, rest. Yeah,
Before we do that, somebody paying for my own room. Do you want to divvy up that 50 gold?
let's do it.
All right. And while he's attempting to do that, I want to take a
16
look around to see what kind of wares he has and things like that.
Yeah, I mean the
13 or 16.
shelves are not empty. They're just not overflowing with goods. But you see pretty much a wide assortment of what you would consider typical adventuring gear to sort of
17
speed through it. But anything you find in the player's handbook,
Mm-hmm.
valued up to 25 gold, you see sitting on the shelves.
All right. 25 gold.
Now, do you think that there would be a market for exotic meat jerkies?
I mean,
I
I
walk
think you
out.
found a market here. I'm
Grenton
like-
just turns and walks out.
I don't want to become exotic meat jerky.
you're- you're-
He's keeping a measured distance from you at this point. Like he's slowly been moving to position the counter between himself and you. But not taking his eyes off you for a second. He's like, I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, like with any trade, I mean, if you have something worth selling and you find somebody wanting to buy, I wish you the best.
Thank you. Let's talk to Silder, be on our way.
Are there any other stores around that we can gather? Anything else other than yours and Lynette's?
No, we're the only wall. I mean, the tap room in the inn. If you're looking for food or drink, that's not really anything. I carry water skins for you to bring your own, but I don't have a kitchen in the back or anything.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Of course, come back anytime. I'm usually here a little after sunup. I like to sleep in a little, but I'm usually here till sundown or just a little after.
Fantastic.
We'll be back. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Willie.
All right, so you guys walk back out on the street and you see Silder's kind of got one shoulder up against the wall of the shops, kind of trying to keep out of most direct sight lines, but still where he's got a good view.
I asked him, how interested would you be in maybe finding that last gentleman that we encountered at the front gates?
I'm probably less interested than you. You seem a vengeful type, but I'm primarily interested in securing this town. So if dealing with that gentleman is part of that, then such is the way things go. But I think we should further assess the rest of the town.
As we hear it from the shopkeepers we've met since you were on the cart, they apparently the Red Wrens, they kind of are a ex-militia that has been shaking everybody down and making quite a bad ruckus in this town. So if we did take care of them,
Great.
it would help.
So much for the private enterprises. All right. Well, do you gentlemen have any further errands to attend to?
I think we should go to an inn. I don't know. But before that, have you ever heard of Glassstaff?
Glassstaff.
He thinks for a minute.
No. Years and years ago, I know part of a orc called the Glass Hand, but I don't think that has anything to do with this.
Okay.
Well, we're going to go to the inn, rest up a little bit, and maybe we can find out what happened to this mayor that seemed to screw everything up.
Let me,
Or we can meet at the tavern.
Well, yeah.
Later tonight, we can meet at the tavern. Let's say around 10, 11.
Like,
What time is it now?
what are you telling me?
You're estimating it's somewhere
so
around mid-afternoon, maybe 3 or 4. And Silder goes,
I can secure rooms at the inn if necessary. Hopefully, the Lord's Alliance presence is still expected here and should carry some weight.
Right.
Okay, let's do that.
I wonder how long ago they were supposed to be here, but they're not.
Well, the Arno was supposed to be here 2 months ago.
As I look around the street, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder where everyone else is too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to an inn.
alright, so you guys set off?
Yes.
Alright, so you start heading further down the main street. You come to what seems to be the main intersection through the center of town.
I'm keeping a watchful eye,
Okay.
because we know this guy ran into town.
Alright, go ahead, give me a perception check.
19.
19. Alright, so you get to the main intersection and you can see now, being more or less the dead center of town. You see, Barathon's is a couple buildings down. You can just around the bend in the road see the sign for the coster. Looking ahead on the same street in the opposite direction, you see what's very clearly a 2-story inn building. It has like a little kind of a few chairs and stuff out front. It's got a hanging sign. It's got got a mug painted on it, kind of clear as day. Past that, you see where the road leading east starts to wind out of town, and you can clearly see the ruined manor house. At this point, you can see the overgrowth on the structure. You can now tell at this distance, the majority of the manor is long fallen in. This thing is very, very old. It's half green at this point from being covered completely. The road leading south, the new road that you've come to, is narrower but still wagon width.
Is the manor demolished, or is it just like overgrown?
It's completely just caved in.
Okay,
There's
so
some of the first floor still kind of seems to be there.
It'd be very difficult to like live in it, even for a squatter.
Yeah, you'd be squatting in collapsed ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looking south down the road, you do see a sign hanging off of one of the buildings that's got two pickaxes kind of crossed in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see written on it, it says Phandelver Miners Exchange. And then looking north, as the road kind of weaves around some of the buildings, narrowing the further north it goes, you can see it leads off into the woods over a couple of fallow fields. But you see a kind of, not ramshackle, but just sort of kind of cobbled together, what looks like a shrine with a large coin mounted kind of at an angle on top of it that you recognize as the symbol of Timora.
Am I the only one seeing this?
You're the only one looking around.
Okay. I keep it in mind.
Okay.
I just want to go in.
Okay, and you guys continue on towards the inn. The inn, you can see even from the windows outside, there's a large fire roaring in a central hearth. Through the windows, you can see just a series of tables. The place looks completely empty, but the fire's going, so it's clearly being tended to. The windows are semi-frosted. It's kind of hard to make out anything really in there. Silder just opens the door and walks in. You guys
I follow behind him.
Yeah.
Okay. Walking in, it's warm, it's comfortable in here. You see a middle-aged man with kind of this mess of just black, wavy hair. He's sitting there cleaning some mugs. You can hear some kind of movement, work being done through a doorway behind him that, as you kind of glance over, you can see another fire in a large cook pot back there, clearly the kitchen.
Can I smell it?
You smell roasted mutton, very, very clear.
I'm so hungry.
There are half a dozen long tables set up in here, a couple of stools set up at the bar, a large hearth on one side, and there's a staircase directly opposite that leads to a second floor landing before disappearing.
And there's nobody else there.
There is
Okay.
sitting near the hearth. There is a older woman, kind of just shawl and simple work dress, and she's got a very simple mug next to her. She seems to be nursing some sort of beverage.
Okay.
1 second.
And
He's heading straight to the gentleman tending the bar. What do you three do?
I go to the barkeep.
Okay, you follow
Yeah.
yourself.
You said there's only one woman sitting
Yep,
down.
so
Right.
old woman sitting near the fire. That's the only two people you see.
Okay. So I want to sit right next to her.
Okay, so take another seat. And
Good thing it wasn't.
Kismet, what do you do?
I'm going up to the bar to see about a room.
Okay. So as you walk up, the two of you come in kind of flanking Silder, and the gentleman wiping the mugs kind of looks up, looks at the two of you. You see him kind of lean back a bit.
Like, easy friend.
Silder puts his hand up and says,
It's okay. We are representatives of the Lord's Alliance, and we need accommodation if you have rooms free.
and the barkeep just sets the mug down and he goes, Thank gods. You here to deal with the problems in town?
Quite possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You're not here.
And I'm from
Yes,
afar.
you're across the room.
I'm across the room. I'm like, baby.
He looks over. Okay, yeah, I've got, we've got rooms open. I mean, there's nobody staying here.
Well, there is now.
Silver goes, we'll take 4 of them if you have. He goes, yeah. And you hear some keys kind of rattling around. He goes, and your names, gentlemen?
Kismet.
Grenton.
Kismet, Grenton, Silver. All right, and your friend over there?
That's Val, my brother.
And Val, your brother. Are you two sharing a room? Or
No.
are you separate?
No.
Gotcha.
We wouldn't fit.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's his fault.
All right. And he slides 3 brass keys in front of you. They're a little tarnished. You can
4.
tell they've been around. I'm sorry, 4. Thank you. 4 brass keys. He goes, oh, sorry. He grabs one, puts it over there, and
that was for your friend over there, your brother.
and he goes, they're. If you just go up the stairs, they're right up there. You can't miss them. The washroom's all the way at the end of the hall.
Awesome, thank you. So I hear that this might be the place where the red rats come sometimes to drink. Is that
Yeah.
maybe the case?
Yeah, they come in from time to time, and I mean, thankfully they still pay to keep us open and whatnot, but they don't tip worth a shit.
What time do they usually come in?
They kind of come in all over the day. I mean,
We heard they like to get drunk at night.
yeah, they do sometimes. They come in, they cause a ruckus. I mean, thankfully they don't really break anything. They don't really hassle me or the wife. Thankfully.
Is it usually later at night that they try to get drunk here?
Yeah, usually about sundown they'll come in.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go take a nap and then go head upstairs.
All right, so you grab one of the keys and head upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to take a long rest.
Long rest? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
as much as possible.
I'll do the same.
Okay. And Silder, as you guys start heading up, Silder takes one of the keys and goes, have you guys any experience in reinforcing a room?
Yes.
You, Kismet?
Then just put something in front of it, right?
Yeah, if, given this place doesn't seem like it's been used militarily, I would take the bed, drag it in front of the door so you sleep with the feet pressed up against the door.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Good man. And he just looks at you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you with
Me
this
too.
"you are so full of shit" look.
No, that's exactly in my head. That's exactly what I was
Did
thinking.
you roll an insight on it?
No, that's exactly in my head what I
He
was
has a
thinking.
passive insight score.
Okay.
Because I was like, I could sleep up against it, but then I'm like, that's not comfortable, but I'm huge. I'll just drag the bed up against the door and then sleep in the bed. That's
And-
exactly what I was going to do.
So you guys head up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my key as they're going up?
I toss it as I'm walking up the stairs.
give me a dexterity check.
Okay. The nothing? The plus nothing? Okay. That's a 10.
A 10? Yeah, it's enough to snag the key. You hit it, it kind of bounces off your palm, but then you react and grab it. Okay, and then Silder.
So what time is it again?
It's about
Is it mid-afternoon?
4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Silder,
God, it's early.
there's 6 rooms. There's 3 on each side. Which rooms do you guys take?
I'll have the first room.
Okay, first room on the left or the right?
On the right.
Okay.
Batman goes right.
Okay, and Kismet?
I attempt to use my key on the first door to the left.
Okay, it opens up.
Oh, right.
Does mine open up?
Yes.
I have to use the key also. I was like, oh, wait, I forgot. Roll button and stuff.
They seem to, you look at the keys and all the locks seem to be the same.
So
That's not weird.
That's
I
not.
go over to the right side. Oh, sorry, to the second door on the left, and I try to open it with my key.
Well, I mean, this medieval period, they only had simple latch locks.
I know.
So does it open?
So,
Yeah, it opens. It opens
second
every
one.
one of the doors.
Go down to the third one, do the same thing.
Fantastic.
I'm like, this sucks.
I look at you and I say, why did we need 4 keys? We could have shared one.
Oh my god. It's actually pretty annoying. But I'm not there.
Silder
No,
takes the
you're not laughing at it.
last door
It's
on the
terrifying.
left.
Yeah. Can you sleep with your tentacles out?
I always do.
So, yeah, he brings his own magic fingers bed.
You're right.
Oh,
Nice.
since I am not strong at all,
Okay.
You need
to
it.
role play it out,
Uh-huh.
well, I can't have you come in to move my bed for me because that's just not going to work.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I would like to attempt to summon my tentacle to push the bed across.
As he breaks the bed to the door.
What's your
My
what? Yeah,
I like this already.
what's your charisma bonus?
+4.
All right, and your proficiency is +2.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you summon the tentacle, which somehow you make contact with the force that grants you this power, and all of a sudden water slowly starts to drip from the small chimney that's in your room, and then the tentacle comes out from the chimney and
That's just
slides the bed right in front of the door,
Thank you, Captain Slippery Fist. I dismiss it and go to bed.
and it just slides right back up.
That is so.
That's awesome.
That is
Good
so
job, bro.
horrible.
Okay.
All right. So yeah,
You
Move.
secure your lodging.
I shove the bed up against the door.
You guys can hear.
I lock it, even though I now know it's useless to do so.
Well, I mean, it's a simple latch lock that's similar to
What I
a
do
deadbolt.
What I do though is, because of my knowledge of those locks, I put the key on the inside, locked, so that they can't stick a key to unlock it. Because if the key's on the inside the door, they
Yep.
can't unlock it.
Yeah, you put it in and turn it.
Yep.
Nice.
I
So
mean,
leave that
like,
there
I feel
and-
like that would be something that we used to do back home.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because
I didn't grow up in my own house.
I was about to
so
say, you-
safety and
Yeah, you
Yeah.
two would know this.
like all,
Would
all
be a
these
coin toss
priests-
if that's something you
Yeah,
wanted
no.
to.
That's,
Right,
I don't
exactly.
think that's something that my character would know.
no. So not only is my bed up against it, but I
All right.
lock the key and leave it in there.
And as you guys are kind of getting nestled, you do hear the furniture scraping sound coming from down the hall.
Can
As you can tell, it Silder does the same thing.
Can I hear through it, like?
You hear
With that noise?
a.
Because I would know. I guess if my brother's done this before.
You hear this, quick thud as one moves. You hear this almost slam as one moves, and then you hear a slightly slower, but still.
And I'm
Yeah.
literally just sitting there listening to this with a lady like right next to me, right?
Yeah. You look over in the bar. The barkeeper's got his mug, and Raggy's just staring like, "What the fuck is that?"
And Val's like, "Oh, that is a good idea."
Okay, so you guys are taking a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
I'm
to attempt one.
Okay.
also keeping my sword on the floor right by the bed, but because I'm so tall, like I literally can reach the floor while laying down. So literally my hand is flat on the floor, but I put the sword down, so if I do need to grab it, it's there.
Yeah, yeah. In real life, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Your long arms aren't reaching the floor. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, my sword is at the ready, like.
Okay, so you got your sword within arm's reach,
Yeah.
but to properly rest and to not collapse the bed, you remove your armor
Yes.
and just call it for the night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I did forget to say this, but I didn't forget in the role playing. I said goodnight to Val as I went up the stairs.
Well, I
And through the-
figured that when you throw me the key.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what's up.
So yes, long rest.
all right, Val, as you sit down from catching the key that Grenton tossed over to you, you see this very old woman, easily in her 80s, kind of just sitting there nursing a mug. It looks like a very dark beer in her mug that she's kind of sipping on. She glances over at you. She gives you kind of a friendly nod and kind of looks back at the fire. And as you lean in to strike up a conversation, the door opens. You look over, and there are two red brands standing there.
Oof.
Thank you for listening to House of Crit Presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver. Join us next time as the adventure continues. If you like our content, please like, share, and comment. For more House of Crit, you can join us at houseofcrit.com and on our YouTube channel.
Click on the links in the description below for more Dungeons & Dragons content, and be sure to check out Behind the Screen, a roundtable discussion featuring the Dungeon Masters of House of Crit.